I have.
Now, I don't want to be crass here, but you're also you've famously well compensated for playing this.
Yes.
You make, I think I looked it up, you make $8 billion a day.
It's about that.
Around there. What do you do with all that money? It must be fun.
Well, actually, I mean, I'm a big charitable giver, and then there's the other side of me, and that's the one that wants to get rid of every neighbor I have.
So, you mean like by having them assassinated?
No,
or?
just,
I was like, I've made gold robots and attack them at will.
This started years ago when I actually lived in a different house than I have now, but I started plotting to, just buy out every neighbor there and knock their houses down.
That's crazy. You're laughing while you say it, too. I'll just buy you out and you'll be gone.
I can do this. Yeah, and my friend, actually, that I was talking to about it, because they were really annoying me. They had horses that they never cleaned up after and stuff, and so the
horses?
Pool,
I mean, I've heard of a dog
like,
wandering into your yard, but yeah.
Yeah, and my friend said finally, you're starting to sound like a Bond villain.
Right,
and so, yeah, neighbors. Yeah, so and I still think about it, but
you still think about buying.
I live in a more expensive neighborhood now, and that would really cost.
The creepy thing would be to tell them I really love your home and I want to buy it, and then make them watch while you destroy it, while you crush it, and you just stand there laughing.
Just turning the earth.
Yeah. Now you are you're an evil man. I'm realizing.
There's a dark side.
It's funny because I saw the first time I met you years and years ago when I worked on The Simpsons. You came in and you did the voice of
one of the great evil men,
Sideshow Bob, and I realized Sideshow Bob, and I realized at the time, even way back then, I was just a writer, but I was thinking this guy is a little too good at being evil. Yeah, there's some other.
Yeah, it's not necessarily whether Sideshow Bob was evil, or did Kelsey imbue that character with some of his own evil. Yes.
Now let me say, you just used the word imbue, okay?
Yes,
nice word, and I want to stop right here and talk about what that word means. No, it's like I'm doing a public service announcement for NBC. No, but you are a stickler for language. You care about language, not just pronunciation, but
usage as well.
Usage,
yes.
And does that ever cause trouble in your life, that you're a little finicky about language?
Actually, I've had a couple of incidents that have caused a bit of friction. For instance, at home, the word D-O-V-E spells dove,
right?
As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
If you enter a pool head first, you have dived into the pool. But my wife will swear it's you dove into the pool.
Right.
So we go through that all the time. And
this is not a fun house.
No.
I think someone should come by and crush your house while this is going on.
Well, I don't.
You two fighting about that in the pool in the background. Yeah.
I said dive. Very dramatic. But there are a couple of other words. Flaccid, for instance, is not the way to pronounce that word. It's flaccid, like access or success. You don't say success, do you? At least I don't.
Is the word flaccid being used a lot in your house? It never comes up.
Very rarely, only when we watch your show.
But his comedy is flaccid, I tell you.
Look at it. But no.
I had that coming.
It's just a word that, I know.
Yeah.
There's another one. Wait a minute. It's succinct. People say succinct. It's succinct. You have to.
See, I didn't know that.
Sound. Yeah. It's not succinct. It's two C's next to each other. There's a rule. There's a rule about this. This is what happens to me. And the other one that's driving me nuts now is everywhere. Every time you turn on the radio, every time you listen to television, somebody's saying, "Come to the National Culinary Institute." Nothing sounds less appetizing to me than to eat anything that has the word "cull" in it. Now, it's culinary. You see, it's culinary, damn it. And
wait a minute. Wait a minute. The word is damn it. You've got to pronounce the N.
No, you're right. It is. You're completely right about that.
And now, Kelsey, this program cannot be aired on network television. because we just swore.
You can beat me. No, that's, you know what?
Yeah.
Yes, that is a swear word, it is.
I think they'll beep that.
Doesn't
that? Yeah, they'll beep that. Yeah, you're not allowed to do that.
Everything, though, just like this whole thing with the Ten Commandments and the church and all that.
Yeah.
Doesn't that, because if this is a secular show, then how can that be a swear word? See,
no, it's interesting.
You know?
But also, when they beep it, a lot of people at home are going to think you said something much, much worse.
Probably. Which is why they tune in.
Right, yeah.
So it's okay. The culinary thing, though, once I was talking to a student of cooking.
Yes.
And I said, so what school did you attend? And she said, the International Culinary Institute, whatever.
Yeah.
I said, very interesting. Do you know that the primary pronunciation of that word is culinary? Do you know that? And she said, oh, so you're just one of those big snobby people, is that it? And I said, okay, let me take it this way for you. You believe and study and even celebrate the art of cooking, yes?
Right.
She said yes, and I said, yet you would demean the art of language. Think about it.
And how did she respond to that?
So, well, it's something along the lines of there might have been a gesture involved.
A rude gesture, I'm guessing.
Possibly, I didn't think
the middle finger is called the index finger.
Yeah. But for instance, you don't say I'm getting a manicure today because my cuticles are not in good shape.
I've never had a manicure, so yeah. No, it's all fair. You're correct.
It's just a slightly maddening thing.
Well, but also, and I'm going to take your side on this, that I think it's often easy to demean the person as seeming foppish or trivial who does that.
Yeah.
But actually, you're holding out for the way the language is supposed to be spoken.
For the sake of communication in our time.
Yes. Very nice. Wow. I just alienated the crowd as well.
Okay, good.
Now they're both insane. The 1-hour season premiere of Frasier. I want to get it just right.
Which is wrong, but
it's wrong. See, you can't help but get in there and correct it.
Right.
My name's Conesy, by the way. Airs Tuesday nights at 9 on NBC. Kelsey Grammer, always a pleasure. Good to have you here. Frank Bierko coming up. We'll take a break.